performance, David, last time out. He was making the right reads, showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Quickly to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Sparty and nearly 75,000 of his closest friends pegging the decibel meter on third down. Pressure coming. And they get to the quarterback.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Finding an escape route. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Quick completion on the out route. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
How great is it to be an offensive coordinator having a quarterback like this? Because he can go and generate first downs with you throwing the ball and running the ball. It seems like there's nothing this kid can't do.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same.
Turning it on! Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
He's looking to throw. Rushes on him. Touchdown, Sparty. Fired in from the red zone for the score. Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan State has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So first down here as they go back to work. Off play action on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. sometimes they're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know when it goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll leave it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll throw it. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play.
Oh, he's got some space. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Hawkeyes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the big fella. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that.
A shot toward the end zone, and they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. The noise bouncing off of Sparty's armor as they encourage the green and white on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Brings it in down the left side. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Pass completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. They'll go to the ground.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
Back has it. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the 1st half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
There he goes. Touchdown, Michigan State. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, And there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
Finds his tight end. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the right. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. And the Spartans looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Yeah, and 1st and goal, I think a lot of people get very conservative. Let's run the football. You know, let's be very predictable. You can't be predictable, right, Palmer?
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the 2nd half?
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll give it to the back. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. He'll put toe to leather and get this 2nd half started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Got blown out in the 1st half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He'll get rid of it. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
Fires to the tight end. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Spartans really need to keep this drive alive on third down. The inside handoff. Running to Green. Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in first downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice third down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it third and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season, they've really struggled.
And the Spartans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And he falls on top of his own fumble, and the offense will retain possession.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you, because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Spartans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Firing to the right, complete. Across the 25, he's got room. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Sparty. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end now in motion. He'll start this drive firing. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bridges.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Caught near the sticks. It's Bridges. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. He'll ride his man on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have...
Slips one guy, and now he's loose. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. After an unproductive first half and opening drive in the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a first down. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So the final period starts with a second down play. looking to fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. This defense is showing the Spartan spirit, and they are swarming.
I mean, they're making him earn everything. Nothing given up free, playing so good at all the levels of the defense. If I'm a Michigan State fan, I'm pretty jacked up at this performance.
And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He slides that just inside the right upright. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Spartans will have it 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. The Spartans have this offense rolling. They'll run the option. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. The QB keeps it, but you see the great assignment football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be, and they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. And the Spartans have taken it inside the 20. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. 29. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll go right back to him. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the score.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much. But keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. They're setting up the screen. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. Here's the return. He's got great speed. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right?
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from